Selling your bike is easy on Bicycle. List your bike in less than 2 minutes for millions of cyclists to view, and when you sell it, Bicycle sends you the packaging material and picks up your bike. Use code LR20 to get 20% off seller protection using my link down below. The Ardennes tiebreaker between Tadej Pogacar and Remco Evenepoel at Liege-Bastogne-Liege won apiece. Well, I keep thinking Remco won Amstel, but he kind of did. Liège, the last monument of the Spring Classics, the hardest of them, with Côte de la Redoute being where the races opened up in the era of Remco and Pogacar, followed by Rochefoucauld. A large breakaway formed with Jack Haig in it as the strongest of that breakaway, controlled not just by UAE Team Emirates. So Gil Helders on the front for Quick-Step, helping UAE and Staker Langen control that breakaway because, UAE always let the break win in monuments Pogacar's in. They always let the break win. And Little Trek and the other teams, Visma and co., getting nervous before the first climbs, coming to the front to be in good position. Bob Jungels, Ineos, about the only team that had the right idea outside of UAE today, jumped trying to go across. And he's looking back. Little Trek don't like that very much. They start controlling much more aggressively after Bob Jungels went across, and it was because Tobias Foss also jumped. So Little Trek seemingly didn't want an early jumping anticipation phase, and probably, in the end, the Ineos guys look stupid and they get nothing for it, but the alternative is you sit in the peloton and get smoked on Côte de la Redoute. It's actually the rational thing to do, and probably more teams should be doing it. I mean, there was a jumping phase on Stoku with Bilbao and Bahrain, but they were also controlled, and I think Ciccone had a mechanical. Bernard, he was good today. He brings him back. It's also the case that with the descents, the traffic furniture, keeping in position, it's quite hard to anticipate. You basically have to launch one of the climbs much harder than UAE, who are pacing it at a very high pace with Vermeersch, and then Novak takes over with about 80 Ks to go behind the breakaway, and it's now down to a minute, and we've still got 40 Ks, best part of an hour until the Côte de la Redoute. Rosier's maybe the longest climb on the route. Trek on the front again. Skelmo, as I said, he didn't feel so good today, but they've got Ciccone, who's good in the Alps, and Thibaut Neus, of course. Barguil crashes out on that climb, just to coming together, and at the end, Novak is still pacing. But you can see Pogacar, he knows how draft works, that you shouldn't sit P2 on climbs that are shallow climbs, etc., because of draft. But before that, the run into Côte de la Redoute on Côte de Desniers, UAE Team Emirates come to the front. It's pretty much impossible to move up too much even after the Rosière, and you see UAE actually the masterclass in positioning. 3 riders ahead of Pogacar, 1 on his wheel, McNulty, Sivakov, Grossschartner, who was good in flesh, and Novak, although they do get washed over still a little bit. Trek, EF, and Ineos with their Geraint Thomas was trying to position, I think, Axel Laurence, but still Pogacar in very, very good position. And if you're too deep here, you have to make a huge effort on the flat to move up if you don't have a teammate doing it for you. So EF and Harry Sweeney, he's been excellent for like 3 months straight now in positioning his team leaders from Alps Maritima, Duvar to Healy here. Sweeney did a magic job again with Palace, and Healy starting the Redoute in good position. Marco Brenner as well has been very, very good this year. But where's Remco? Where is Remco? That's what we were all wondering. And he actually got washed over and couldn't move up in that big fight into the base of Côte de la Redoute. He's P50 plus, which is effectively out of the race. You know it's going to open on Redoute, and is doubly going to open on Redoute when Pogacar looks behind him, which you'll see in the overhead shortly, and doesn't see a golden helmet on his wheel, which he does. He looks behind him here, he's always checking who's on my wheel. Genietz and Tom Pidcock, and all due respect to Kevin Genietz, but Pogacar's not worried about getting separation to him off the wheel. So UAE didn't even do a lead out really today. They kept it hard. Pogacar looked like he was just sauntering away, testing the legs, and that was that. This is the race. Some sort of wolf dog hybrid on the right-hand side here escapes from its owner, and then there's another dog. She's struggling to corral those dogs, I guess, with the helicopter overhead, and they're struggling to corral Pogacar. I mean, Powell's keeps pacing with Healy in the wheel, which is probably smart if you can Powell's pace as long as he can, keep the gap stable, and you get a bit of draft for longer. And then Alaphilippe sets out, Ciccone there, Healy, Tullett. Pidcock actually was the second man to cross the crest of Côte de la Redoute, but Even though the gap was 10 seconds, this was more over than Amstel, mainly because Pogacar didn't have to go above third gear. He sauntered away in the saddle, and 10 seconds is as good as 30 seconds if he's fresh, because Pidcock's there with Healy, they work okay together, Remco's trying to come back, he's marked by Bilbao, Ciccone and Schelmers or whoever, Baggioli, are attacking the group to get across to Healy and Pidcock. And Healy and Pidcock, they're going as fast as they can, but everyone here is thinking podium. Like, Trek thinking podium, Remco's way too far to influence the race, and he's kind of out of it that far deep. And when it goes to a minute with 20 Ks to go, then everyone's thinking podium anyway, which is the only possible race result. But that's still, this group works reasonably well. Jayco start pushing hard with Ben O'Connor and Zana, because Michael Matthews was in the group in Côte de la Rochefoucauld. Pogacar begins with a 1 minute 20 advantage. Ciccone and Healy drop Alaphilippe and Pidcock, and they were only about 10 seconds ahead of the chasing group 3, actually, which had a lot of riders in it. Laurence, Simone Velasco, Matthews, as I said, and they're never able to bring these two back. So very, very strong race from Healy in particular. He deserved a big result today and got one. McNulty blocking, not chasing, of course. And Tadej Pogacar rides away for his third Liege-Bastogne-Liege victory to cap off what's been an incredible spring campaign for the Slovenian UAE team Emirates. Ciccone beats Healy for second, Healy third. In the group behind, maybe not interesting to all of you, but Simone Velasco won the sprint for fourth, which is like 440 UCI points, and there's a relegation battle at the moment between Astana, Picnic and Covitus. Nays fifth, Baggioli sixth, so Trek 3 in the top 6, then Martinez, Laurence, Pidcock, Powell. Here's what Pogacar had to say after the race.
It feels great to finish the season like this. The first part of the season like this. Just happy that everything went, the whole season so far went perfect, and I'm just so happy.
You decided to attack in La Redoute. Was it the plan this morning? Why did you decide to attack there?
No, actually it was not a plan, but it was so hard paced before that. I saw that a number of teams don't have a lot of teammates anymore. And I said, okay, I test a little bit my legs and see if I get the gap on the top. Then I decided if I continue or not. But then I just committed because I had good legs also on the second climb after La Redoute. So I could go to the finish. I'm super happy.
Did you see in the race that Remco was not so good today?
I don't know. At first they were controlling the bunch, quick step. They were racing on the front all day, and then at one point, all the quick step disappeared from the front. I don't know why. I was thinking maybe they're saving the legs for La Redoute. They come because you can save a lot in the bunch. So I was thinking this, but then in La Redoute I look around. He was not close on my wheel. So that was also good motivation to go at that point.
I might have some Tour of Turkey videos on this week. Sometimes the minor calendar is a little bit more entertaining these days, actually. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy the video. Check out the bicycle offer down below, and I'll see you this week. Ciao, ciao.